silent about my opinion on this remake. Cause I think that it is overrated. Cause I know that I won't go speechless. Hey guys, this is Frozen Things Stews here, and welcome back to another movie review, and welcome back to another review of another Disney live action remake of the Disney classic from the Renaissance era, leading up to the Little Mermaid remake. And this time around, I am going to be reviewing Aladdin, the remake. So Aladdin is a Disney live action remake from 2019, the year with like a lot of Disney live action remakes. But I'll only be reviewing two of the 2019 remakes as of like this currently right now. And is a remake of the 1992 classic from the same name, Aladdin, and it is directed by Guy Ritchie and stars Mina Massoud, Naomi Scott, Will Smith, Marwan Kenzari, Billy Magnussen, Nassim Pedrad, Navid Degaban. Who cares anyway? And so basically, the plot for Aladdin, it's the exact same plot as the original film. But if you want to know, if you haven't seen Aladdin yet, and if you haven't yet, then you're definitely living under a rock, by the way. It's about this poor but kind street guy named Aladdin who is, well, kind of a thief and like a pickpocketer, and he meets this princess named Jasmine, and pretty much wants to impress Jasmine and be able to be allowed in this and her kingdom. But one day when Aladdin tries to sneak into the palace, he gets caught by Jafar and thrown into the Cave of Wonders and gets trapped there. But while in the Cave of Wonders, Aladdin is able to meet Aladdin finds a magical lamp and meets the genie, and yeah, and then um the, and with the genie, Aladdin can be able to grant three wishes. One of the wishes he grants is for him to become, well, Prince Ali of whatever that is, and he must pretty much prove his loyalty to Princess Jasmine while trying not to let her fall for his trick. And yeah, and that's pretty much the plot. So yeah, again, another Disney live action remake. I know this is one that's interesting because this is actually one of the more positively received Disney live action remakes. You may think that it's divisive because of the 57% of Rotten Tomatoes, but most people I've heard love this movie and say it is one of, if not their favorite Disney live action remake. And I've always been someone who was not really a fan of this movie. I was like so confused on why people love this one so much. Because prior to this movie's film, prior to this movie's release, people were hating on this movie mainly thanks to the blue CGI of Will Smith's genie. Yeah, that is one of the most boycotted things in the media like back then. In fact, ever like this. This is one of the most controversial movies of 2019 when they released a promo back in February 2019. Like they released a promo of Will Smith's genie, and it was so hated. Like people were actually done with Disney. They're like, okay, that's it. I give up on Disney. But and it was that promo. It was actually the reason why Disney decided to release the teaser trailer for Frozen 2 that early. Yeah, and yeah, thankfully the Frozen 2 teaser trailer immediately put people back on board for Disney. And yes, say what you want about Frozen 2, but you can't deny that teaser trailer was what saved the Disney from from that disaster of that is the Aladdin genie promo. And yeah, and after seeing that, Disney like released the Frozen 2 trailer as they're as like pushing the emergency button, as saying that is the perfect that was exactly what they needed to redeem themselves. And yes, the Frozen 2 teaser trailer is my favorite trailer ever. And yeah, if you guys don't know that, well, I mean, are you gonna be surprised by that? But yeah, the Aladdin remake. The Aladdin remake. Yeah. I heard lots of people actually being surprised by this trailer. Surprised by the movie, saying it's actually much better than the marketing has to offer, and I've and I was like kind of curious to see if this movie's actually good. When I saw the movie, I was like, it's not that very good. It's not very good, honestly. I was not a fan, even after seeing it in theaters with a large crowd. Yeah, there like so much crowd of people. My parents, especially my mom, actually loved it. It's actually my mom's favorite. It's actually my mom's favorite movie of 2019. Yeah, I know, right? And yeah, there are like people who say that this is the best Disney movie of the year. And I'm talking about like straight Disney, where not including Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, where pretty much all the Disney movies, the straight Disney movies, are four theatrically released live action movies and Frozen 2. And yeah, I mean, considering that Frozen 2 is the only one that isn't a remake, it's kind of a no-brainer to say that this that for that you know that Frozen 2 is the best Disney movie of the year, straight Disney movie. Even if how do I say this? Even if you don't love it as nearly as much as I do, yeah, you gotta admit it's at least better than the remake. Although people actually favor this over Frozen 2, I'm sorry, really? This is better? A cash grab Disney live action remake better than a sequel that actually has heart put into it? Yeah. I stand by calling Frozen 2 overrated. I actually should have included it in my. I mean, underrated. I stand by calling Frozen 2 underrated. I think it should have made my top 10 movies. I like that everyone else hates a video. Yeah. Like, most, people would just talk about Frozen 2 as, a disaster movie. And the people who like this movie, don't even acknowledge its existence. But it's not really about the Frozen 2 hate. It's just I was confused as to why why Frozen 2 gets more hate than these live action remakes, especially this one. But after revisiting the Aladdin remake to just see how it is, I'm gonna tell you right now, I like it and don't like it at the same time. Yeah, I actually think this movie is a mixed bag. In fact, this is the most mixed bag movie I have ever seen. There's just so much good and bad in this movie just combined into one, and I can't really seem to just handpick which if it's good or bad. I'd say I'm just right in the middle to it. But actually, you know what? I think overall I don't like this remake, but I don't think it's bad either. I will say that this is the best Disney live action remake of 2019, especially when compared to Dumbo, Lion King, Maleficent Missions of Evil, and the Lady and the Tramp remake on Disney Plus. Dumbo was actually my most anticipated of the live action remakes. I thought that Dumbo was going to be the best of the Disney live action remakes. I will give it this. It's actually my second favorite Disney live action remake of the year. Still sucks though. It still sucks though. Yeah, I will say that. But yeah, I mean, even though I don't like Aladdin, yeah, at least that's one credit I'll give it. It's the best of the Disney live action remake. But I mean, I wouldn't even say the best. That's kind of like too generous. I would say it's more of just a little too. I would say it's just the most watchable Disney live action remake. Yeah, that's the best word to sum up this movie. It's watchable. But I will say this: the pros I have with this movie, the positives, I actually rave about them. Yeah, they're like worth raving over. And yes, there is one thing that I actually rave about, and I'd say it's actually just I can just gush about this aspect over and over again. Naomi Scott's Jasmine. OMG. I adored her in this. In fact, I'm gonna go as far as say I actually think this version of Jasmine is better than the Jasmine from the original Aladdin. There, I said it. Yeah, sure. I love Jasmine from the original, but she doesn't really steal the show, and yeah, she doesn't really steal the show because of Genie and Aladdin. I prefer those two, but this one she gets to like steal the spotlight. I actually care about this Jasmine more because she actually feels more like a Disney princess than the Jasmine. Of course, you got her arc of just wanting to be free and stuff, but this one is actually stronger. This one's actually stronger, yeah. Because I love the idea of making Jasmine just so powerful, just wanting to just doesn't want to be silent and wants to like just voice out when she needs to, and she not only does she want to be free, but she wants to be a leader, and she just this like and her arc in this movie is just so complex, so much layers to it, and I just care so much about this Jasmine. I mean, she's just perfection as Jasmine. I can't believe how good they made her, and considering that a lot of Disney princesses in this remakes tend to be like poorly handled. Although I like Belle from Beauty and the Beast remake, I still defend Emma Watson's portrayal. But I mean, I'm talking about also I do like Late James Cinderella, but I'm talking about Elle Fanning as Aurora, terrible acting. Yufei Liu as Mulan, ugh. And soon I'm about to bash on Halle Bailey as Ariel. I know people praise Halle Bailey's Ariel, but I'm sorry, but I think she's gonna be overrated. It's hard for me to imagine could she surprise me? Yes, I'll probably watch the Little Mermaid remake with an open mind, but don't expect me to give it a positive review anyways. But Naomi Scott's Jasmine is pretty much the best thing that happened to these remakes. Like she's pretty much the best thing that has ever been adapted based on when it comes to these characters that are adapted from cartoon to live action. I'm sure you know what I mean. Yeah, Jasmine does it the best, and yeah, Naomi Scott just gives such a powerful performance where she actually cares. Where she actually cares. And yeah, and you're lying if you say that she isn't hot, because she is just beyond gorgeous. Also, Speechless might be my personal favorite Aladdin song, and I mean, including like the ones from the original. If you included Speechless in the original Aladdin, that would have been my favorite Aladdin song. Yes, Speechless is just such an epic song. Um, and and maybe the first version, the one in the first act was but the third act version of Speechless, oh my god, seriously, I felt that I actually got that hearing Naomi Scott just sing Speechless in the third act, it really left me at the edge of my seat, and Naomi Scott just gives such a powerful and raw emotional, it really went hard, and you could feel her performance, just all the energy, yeah, pretty much all the energy to this movie went to Naomi Scott's Jasmine, like, and especially with that song. And it really does help. It's actually very relatable as well, like telling you that you can actually. The song just tells you that you can voice out your opinions, and you can voice out what you want to say, and you just can't stay sad. That yeah, that I actually love that. And yes, this song is better than all the classic Aladdin songs. It's better than Arabian Nights. It's better than One Jump Ahead. It's better than Friend Like Me. It's better than Prince Ali. And yes, even A Whole New World. Whole New World. And yeah, speaking of songs, actually the songs here are really good. Are actually really good. Like the classic songs rendered in this one actually really good. A Whole New World is definitely the standout. Definitely the standout here. Yeah, like especially when I hear Jasmine sing, like Naomi Scott singing her part in A Whole New World. I actually got goosebumps in here. I actually got goosebumps, yeah. But and the other songs as well. If there's one song here that was adapted better than what they did in the classic, I would say the Arabian Nights, the opening song. It's actually like catchy here. I like Arabian Nights from the original, but I think it's probably the weakest link in that film to me. Yeah, that song is easily the weakest song. But this one actually has a really good. This one's actually just really good. Now yes, one jump ahead. That the friend and me are all really good. Prince Ali is the weakest song. It's okay, I guess, but there were like times during the Prince Ali song where Will Smith was auto tuned. And also his dance choreograph, I don't like it very much. And yeah, costumes are great too. I mean, they look really gorgeous and stuff. Okay, that's pretty much all the good things I have to say about it. Yeah, I may sound like that I actually like this movie, but to be honest, no, I don't. Because my God, the bad stuff in this movie are just no. I mean, the bad stuff are just atrocious. Like a lot of the negative sides in this movie are atrociously bad. Atrociously bad. Yeah, actually I admit that they do try, but it ended up just being as bland and soulless as most of the other Disney live action remakes. It is way too long. Like it's like just as long as Beauty and the Beast, and again it makes the same mistake as Beauty and the Beast remake by adding unnecessary filler, but that we don't need. Like the inclusion of Dahlia, who literally does nothing in this movie. Like she serves nothing. She's just a maid, a housemaid for Jasmine. She's like Jasmine's personal assistant, but that's pretty much it. I don't care. I couldn't care about her character. And also, why did they need to give Genie a love interest? Honestly, I still don't get the love for Will Smith's Genie. Yeah, I'm sure people would like say about him like, oh, he doesn't need to be on the same level as Robin Williams. He just needs to be himself, and he was actually really good. I mean, calling Will Smith the best part of this movie, really like, I mean, I understand if you like him, but saying that he's actually better than Naomi Scott's Jasmine, really like. I think Naomi Scott is the carrier of the moment. Will Smith is not. I don't hate Will Smith's portrayal as Genie, but it is overrated, man. One of the most overrated performances ever. Like it is just beyond me. I mean, where did I even start with this? I'll get into CGI later, because oh boy, I got things to say about that CGI. Yeah. But I get that Will Smith is not trying to capture the energy of Robin Williams, but at least, but also the problem is that he doesn't feel fit for. He feels so out of place for his movie. His performance just feels out of place in this role. Like he's like just trying to like just do his own thing. He forgets what kind and he seems to forget what kind of movie he's in. So like I just don't buy his performance, and also they ruin his writing. And this I mean, really, why do we need Genie to have a love interest? The only time when I was actually impressed with Will Smith's performance was when Aladdin wished for Genie to be set free at the end, and then Will Smith was like, "Oh, I'm free." He was like in shock, and there was like and the way he felt about being free. Yeah, that was the only time when Will Smith actually gave a good performance as a Genie in that one scene. But otherwise, no. Mina Masad as Aladdin is so boring. Like I don't buy that. Like he looks so bored. I mean, he looked so bored with his performance. He was like, yeah, like he was just boring as Aladdin. I just don't buy it. And I mean, the only thing I liked about Mina Masad is his singing voice, but when it comes to his acting, it's just so like paper thin, just bland, and it's just really weak. I do not like his performance as Aladdin. And to be honest, Naomi Scott was actually the only one who gave a great performance in the cast. Like everyone else just seemed bored and didn't want to be with this. I wouldn't go as far as calling most with bored. Just his performance was just simply not my cup of tea. But Mina Masood to the actor who played the Sultan, the actress who played Dahlia, the actor who played Hakim, all seem bored. Also, why is Hakim just so important in the story? Yes, I get it. Well, based on the original film, but in this one, like Hakim thinks that he's just a background character, and then they like set out to be like the most important servant ever. I mean, what he's just forgettable. Like what? Nothing about this character just feels earned. Like do we in order to make us believe that he's actually like the best and most trusted servant of Sultan, you gotta believe that he actually he actually can be like the most loyal assistant, but no, he's just some random guy. Like it's like Sultan's just like, hey, you random guy over there, you're our most trusted servant. Like, wow. Yeah, just wow. But the biggest middle finger to the original Aladdin characters, the worst thing about this movie, Marwan Kenzari as Jafar. Oh, girl, screw Jafar. Like, oh, I can't describe how bad he is, how atrocious he is. He is my least favorite character of 2019. He is just horrendous. And I'm actually glad that that we can actually all agree. Like, there's no one likes him because he's just awful. Like, he makes Jafar look forgettable. Like, and Marwan Kenzari just stopped playing villain roles. Like, he's not good. Even Black Adam. In fact, yeah, I don't like Marwan Kenzari as an actor at all. I just can't stand him. Hopefully, he can have a good role in the future, but right now, I just don't like this guy. Yeah, I think we can all agree that Jafar is the worst thing about the film. The most butchered out thing about the film. Oh, yeah, and the movie is boring. I will admit that there are some entertaining scenes. There are scenes that are just really entertaining, and I was like, okay. But there's also a lot of boring scenes. Specifically, the scenes when Jasmine isn't on screen. That is when I was bored. Like, for example, the Cave of Wonders. The Cave of Wonders scene. It went on forever. I was like, I mean, like Aladdin spent so much time just wandering around. I was like, oh my god, get the genie ready, get the lamp ready. Like, why are you just wasting time just doing nothing there? It just went on forever, and I was like, just show Jasmine already. And yeah, there's like this whole romance between Genie and Dahlia that I just mentioned that was just so unnecessary. And also there's a scene we're dancing where Genie like forced Aladdin to dance when Aladdin didn't want to. And oh god, it's like cringeworthy. And you know what else is cringeworthy in this movie? The dialogue. Especially Jafar's like, no, don't get me wrong, there's some really good dialogue here. Like for example, that when Jasmine just told said a whole monologue about 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 Hakim being a great assistant. It doesn't feel earned, but on its own, Jasmine speaking about power, trusted, and loyalty. Um yeah, I actually haven't listened out here, but I don't feel like you're reciting it, but this whole Jasmine monologue thing about loyal servants, that's actually really good dialogue right there. But then you got Jafar. I am the best. I am a sultan. I am going to be the most powerful being in the universe. Like, oh my god, like he's like telling us this, like we don't need the Jafar to just tell us what kind of a villain he is. He's like, I'm the most powerful. Like that's pretty much exposition right there. Ugh. Like, this is why I can't stand Jafar. Like, it's Jafar. Also also Guy Ritchie's an awful. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Guy Ritchie, but Guy Ritchie was the wrong director for this movie. Like The poor direction is definitely one of the weakest things. In fact, Guy Ritchie kind of ruined the movie because of his poor directing. Maybe if it was someone better, someone like, I would think Baz Luhrmann would have been my personal choice to direct this remake. It would have been decent if it was handled by a good director who actually had experience in directing movie musicals. But no, it had to be Guy Ritchie because I don't know why. Yeah, yeah. I can't believe he's directing another Disney live action remake. Hercules. I can tell it's gonna be just as poor and cheap looking as this one. And speaking of cheap looking, the CGI is definitely one of the weakest things in the film. We all know how bad that blue CGI genie is, and rewatching this movie, it's still just as bad as the blue genie from from the promotional material that we saw back in February 2019. From the 2019. And the animals in this movie have the usual problem with animal CGI in the Disney live action remake, making them over realistic and showing no facial expressions. Especially with Iago and Abu, for example, they have no emotion. They're just like they have no emotion like at all. Like how do people not have a problem with that? Also, there's a scene where the Jafar turns Iago into a big bird. Oh god, when it turns big, oh god, it's horrible. Also, Raja, Jasmine's tiger, he looks unfinished. Yeah, he looks completely unfinished. Yeah. And yeah. And is there anything else I want to say? Yeah, I just didn't care. Oh yeah. Also, I can't believe it. Also, it's a huge red flag as well. I should consider this as a massive red flag. That they cut out what could have been, besides Speechless, what could have been the best song in this movie, or Desert Moon. Yeah, I listen to the song. I love it. Um, it's just such a beautiful song. Thankfully Disney was able to upload it, but removing that song from the movie it sucks, man. They really should have kept it in the movie. So overall, Aladdin 2019 is the definition of a mixed bag. There are things to rave about, but also tear apart to shreds. While Naomi's cut as Jasmine was perfect and carried the movie, and the songs were mostly excellent, and the costume designs were great. The movie just suffers from Disney remake itis, while just being overextended and just having a slower pace, not having the same energy as the original classic, and just being too long, and also like having poor performances. Everyone else that isn't Naomi Scott gives such a poor performance, and also bad CGI production design. Yeah, I forgot to mention Agrabah looks so boring. Like, who would want to stay in Agrabah when it looks like that? Yeah, yeah. The production design is one thing that put me off from this. So yeah, it was like I was so close to actually giving this movie a passable rating at least, but no, it doesn't get a pass. And as for my rating for this movie, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. So also for my review of Aladdin remake, what is your opinion on this movie? Do you agree with me that Aladdin is mediocre and quite overrated? Do you love this movie or hate this movie, or are you right in the middle just like me? And would you agree with me that Naomi Scott was perfect as Jasmine in this? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my review. Oh, sorry, more like my rant on the Lion King remake. And yes, people, it's gonna be a straight rant. So yeah, bye guys.